without going through all the yogic spiel, it just wanted to say that it kind of recognises every aspect about us, our body, physically, emotionally, mentally, and it's a celebration of us. So, you know, despite the invisibility cloak, it is also saying, you know, we are many things. And so we come to start, it's very simple. It engages the mind less. So lift the toes and just place them down again. Come to standing as you lift and roll your shoulders back. As you breathe in, gently turn the head to the left. And take an in and an out breath here. And then breathing out, bring the head to centre and carry on so that you turn the head comfortably to the right. And take a breath here in and out. And then come back to the centre. And then very gently as you breathe in, raise your arms, circling them up. And breathing out, circling them down. And we're going to do that a few times. Breathing in, circling the arms up to where you're comfortable. If you've got a stiff shoulder, then bend the elbows. And breathing out, lowering the arms. So this, in a weird way, is anti-invisibility because it invites you to fill your space, to fill when people get older, they tend to curl in and their energy diminishes. So this is a re-establishment of our energy patterns. It's stretching, so it's an extension, and it's just beginning to warm the body up. Just very gently lower the arms, and once more lift and roll the shoulders. And again, as you breathe in, turn the head to the left, and breathing out, turn the head to the right, and come back to the centre. So now take a step forward with your left foot and just explore with that left foot that you feel balanced, so you can bring the left foot out more to the left. Feel that you can bend as little or as much as you would like. And as you breathe in, circle the arms up, and as you breathe out, circle the arms down, soften or bend the front knee, lead with the chest, and come to just initially place your hands on your left shin. Relax your head. Press your feet down to support you and then come up to standing and relax. And breathing in again. We're going to do this a few times. Hands up, tummy in. As you circle your hands down, lead with the chest and then release forward. Hands either on the shin to support you, or if you feel that you've got the room, just touch your hands to the ground and relax your head. Press down with your feet into the ground. Use your hands by all means if you need support. It's quite strong to come up. And then breathing in, relax. Breathing in, circling up. And again, we're just going to do this a couple of times in your own breath pattern, your own timing, coming down as little or as much as you want. You can linger down if you want to. It gives a sense of the heaviness of the limbs, how much tension we're holding in the body. And then come up when you're ready to standing. And when you're ready, bring the left foot back and just touch base with a very familiar swaying from side to side. It embodies all energies. The ancients believed that there were a number of energies swirling around the body, 5 in total, and this engages all of them. And I'm sure I've said before that this practice you'll find in most Eastern practices, not just yoga, but Tai Chi, Qigong, and it becomes a mindfulness exercise because when you're swirling slightly, it's hard to retain thoughts. And disconnecting your thoughts, even for a moment, allows you to reset and come back to them with a different perspective. And then just kind of slow down. And then we're going to come to the right side where you step forward with the right foot, the same thing. Just find your balance. You might want to turn towards your right leg a little bit. And breathing in, raising the arms up. Breathing out, soften your right knee, lead with your chest, and then come to slide your hands down the right shin. And then as you breathe in, press your feet down, use your arms if you need to come up. Relax. Breathing in, circling up. Breathing out, leading with the chest. Come forward, slide the hands down. Relax. You can come lower if you want to with your hands. Press the feet down as you breathe in. Release. Hands up. Breathing out, lead with the chest. And then drop the head to relax. Use your hands to support you if you need to. Relax your head and neck. Press your feet down. And make the next movement your last one. Breathing in, coming up. Step your right foot back. Lift and roll your shoulders. And clasp your hands behind your back. Aim the knuckles to the ground. And open your shoulders. And then just release the hands. Breathing in, raise the right hand. Slide the left hand down the left thigh. Chin to chest and just stretch in a lateral stretch. Opening the intercostal muscles and increasing your breath capacity. Breathe in, press your feet down, come to standing and lower the right arm. And then breathe in, stretch up the left hand. Come over, chin to chest. Feel that you're between 2 panes of glass. Press the feet down, come up. And lower your left hand. Lift and roll your shoulders back. And then this next series of movements, feet comfortably apart. You find this in Kundalini Yoga and it's described as miracle bends. I won't go into why, but do feel that you can bend your knees as much as you need to and that you don't have to come right down, so you can use your hands as support against your shins. Raising your arms up, you can arc them out or come up to however you want. Breathing out, bend your elbows, bend your knees. You can slide your hands down your shins or come to touch the ground. Breathing in, rise up, and then again hands up, however you want. Breathing out. Lower the hands. You can either arc them or come straight in front of you. That will depend on your shoulder capacity. And forward, soften. Breathing in, press your feet down. Hands up. You could almost go backwards. And breathing out, hands down. Again, you can choose to arc your hands, circle them, or just come up and down. Press your feet down. Up again. Breathing out. So here we're stretching the central meridian and then the back. It's a real front back stretch. Press your feet down. And make the next one the last one. Up. And breathing out. Coming down. Clasp your arms, your elbows, keep your knees bent. And just very gently sway your elbows from side to side. The more you bend the knees, the more your body will be supported by your legs. But then just drop your hands and roll up. Use your hands against your shins if you need to, vertebra by vertebra to standing. Lift and roll the shoulders. Circle the arms up, hold your thumbs and just sway from side to side. Come to the centre, breathing out, lower the arms, and then we're going to come to lying on the ground. So in this series of yoga, the thought process is that the body needs to relax and absorb the movement that we've made. So come to lying on your back. If you've got a sore back, you can bend your knees to start with, but otherwise just come to lying. Classically, your hands would be turned up so that you're opening your shoulders, but if you don't feel comfortable with that, then have your palms down, your legs out. You can also hold your tummy if that works for you. And while you're lying here, just very gently let the ground take the weight of your head and roll your head to one side, maybe the right, it doesn't matter. Take an in and an out breath, and then come back to the centre and just let your head roll to the left. And then come to the centre. Extend your right heel, which will release your hip, your right hip, and then relax and let the right foot drop out to the side. And extend your left heel away from you, and then just release and relax. And once more to each side, extending the right heel, opening out, and the right hip, relax. And then extending the left heel, and relax. Perhaps bring your feet just slightly closer together, still apart, and then start circling your ankles in one direction. Beginning to wake the body up at the base and activating the circulation in the body. And then very gently circle your ankles in the opposite direction. And then just release and totally relax your legs. Take an in and an out breath. And similarly, bring your arms slightly closer towards your body. Leave the elbows on the ground. And just lift the hands up and circle your wrists in one direction. And then circle your wrists in the opposite direction. You place your hands back down. And as you breathe in, extend your right heel and raise, bending the right elbow, your right arm up above you, stretching it out. And then as you breathe out, lower the right arm, relax the right leg. And breathing in, extend the left heel and raise the left arm above you, stretching out. And when you breathe out, lower the left arm and relax the left heel. Take an in and an out breath. And then bend both knees, so both feet are on the ground and they're hip width apart or a little bit wider. Again, alter to suit you. Palms or hands down, palms down. Just start to sway the knees from side to side. Swaying a little bit or a lot. Whatever feels appropriate. You can almost drop your knees to the ground or halfway come down to the ground. And you'll find that your head subtly moves a little bit with the direction of the knees, perhaps, and you can choose to keep the head movement minimal, or you can start to engage the head more. And whether you move the head with the direction of the knees or against is up to you. Yogically, you would normally move the head away from the direction of the knees to give an added twist, but it really doesn't matter. And then very gently bring the knees back to the centre. Move your feet slightly closer to your bottom. Palms are down. And just a couple of pelvic tilts, so flattening the back, lifting the bottom fractionally, and then reversing that movement. So that the tailbone aims towards the floor and you've got a little space under your lower back. And then this time, breathing in, raise your chin up to the ceiling, and breathing out, lower your chin towards the chest. As you raise your chin up again, open your mouth. And breathing out, close your mouth and lower your chin to the chest. Breathing in, open the mouth. Maybe stick your tongue out. And breathing out, lower your chin to your chest. Bring your tongue to the tip of the palate behind your teeth ridge. Breathing in, chin up, open your mouth. Tongue out. Breathing out, chin down. Tongue to the tip of the mouth. And one more time, chin up, open the mouth, maybe stick your tongue out, and breathing out. Chin to chest, tongue to the tip of the mouth, and then relax. The tongue movement is a very hidden aspect of a mudra, or a point in the body that we tend not to use. It connects to almost the brain tissues in that that can get ignored as we get older. It's difficult to access, and that's one very easy way to access it. It's some training I'm currently doing, and it also talks about dental work having a massive impact on energy travelling to the brain, and that energy can be interrupted via our teeth and our dental work that we might have had done. So opening the mouth can kind of release that energy. So hug the knees into the chest and just rock gently from side to side. And again, you might rock a little bit or rock right over to the side. Up to you. So this movement is an upside down child. It stretches the lower back, but it has an effect also on the nervous system. It begins to calm the nervous system down. We've been doing that all the way along. And then just very gently hold under your thighs to support your legs to bring them back down to the earth. And we're going to think about rolling over to the side and coming onto our hands and knees. So in yoga, classically, you would roll to the right, away from your heart, and rest for a moment. But however you decide to come up is up to you. Take your time for the body to adjust to the movement from lying to then coming to a seated position, and then come onto the hands and knees. And just very gently move your bottom from side to side. And then come to a more classic dipping the back as you look up, rounding the back, chin to chest as you breathe out. Breathing in, dipping the back, looking up, and rounding chin to chest. And then come to neutral. Slide your hands towards your knees as you kneel up. Breathing in, raising your hands up. Look ahead. Breathing out, lower your arms and come back to all fours, sliding your hands away from you. Dip your back, look up. Breathing out, round your back, chin to chest. Slide your hands towards you and kneel up. Hands up. And breathing out, lower the arms. Bring your hands to the ground. Slide them away from you. And this time, slide, dip your back, looking up. Round your back, chin to chest. Slide your hands towards you. Kneeling up, hands up. Breathing out, lower your hands. Back down to the earth. Slide them forward to being on all fours. And then just very gently bring your bottom towards your heels. They don't have to touch your heels. And stretch out the back. Take a breath in and out here. You might want to widen your knees slightly to make that easier, and you might not want to bring your bottom down. But then come back to all fours, dipping your back, looking up, rounding your back, chin to chest, sliding your hand towards your knees, kneeling up, breathing in, stretching up. You can look forward or up, breathing out, lower the hands back down to the floor, bring your bottom towards your heels, stretch out. Take an in and an out breath here. And then come back to all fours, tuck your toes, tummy in, and then come to a very soft downward dog, keeping your knees bent. And then begin to extend your legs and walk the dog, bending one knee and then bending the other. And then very gently extend both legs, bend both knees, come back down to the earth. Untuck your toes. And then very gently dip your back, looking up, breathing out round your back, chin to chest. And then bring your bottom towards your heels, stretching out the back. And then as you breathe in, come forward onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Come into your downward dog. Choose if you want to walk the dog or stay static. And then gently lower both knees to the ground. Untuck your toes. And this time walk your hands forward slightly, still on your knees, so that you're in a very gentle up dog. You can look forward or up. Tummy in. Bring your bottom back. We walk your hands back so that you're on all fours. Dipping your back, looking up, rounding the back, chin to chest. And then relaxing your bottom back towards the heels, stretching out through your back. Come back to kneeling. Tuck your toes. Come into downward dog. Choose if you want to walk the dog. You can have your feet wider than hip width apart here if you want to. Or keep your knees bent to support your lower back. Bend both knees back down to the ground. And then walk your hands forward. Up dog. And then just walk back to being on all fours. And then just sway your hips from side to side. And as you sway your hips to one side, perhaps look over one shoulder. Come back to the centre and sway your hips to the other side, looking over your opposite shoulder. And once more to each side. And then very gently drop your bottom to the side. And again, in accordance with this series, we come to lying on our backs once more and let the movement that we've made absorb into the body. You can choose to have your legs flat on the ground, like we did before, or you can choose to have your knees bent. Hands can be up, palms up, classically, or you can choose to rest them on your abdomen. Just notice the breath as it makes its way in through the base of the nostrils, slightly cooler on the way in, slightly warmer on the way out. And just tuck your chin slightly so that the back of the head extends upwards, not a massive movement, but just to realign your head. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just noticing the breath. Moving, opening the mouth as we did, strengthening the muscles in the tongue, that area, can help with toning that whole area. And that I understand that it's the relaxation of those muscles that can lead to snoring and a general collapse within the area. So again, just a gentle relaxation. And then very gently let the breath go. And come to roll onto the side again. We're going to come to a seated position. So take your time, either rolling to the right or you can rock up if that works for you. But again, careful not to disturb your energy too much. If it works for you to come to a cross-legged position, then please do. So hands together at the heart centre. Breathing in, just opening the palms. And as you breathe out, bring the hands to connect with the feet. So it's an acknowledgement of every part of us. And this is Om Bu. And then bring your hands back to prayer. Namaste. Breathing in, opening your hands out. And then bringing your hands almost to below your navel, connecting to the base chakra. And the chant here would be Om Bhuva. Breathing in, opening your hands, and bringing them back to the center. As we open the hands, we bring them to the navel, acknowledging the midway point, the Manipura chakra. And that is a very similar Om Suva. And then bringing the hands, bringing them back to the heart. We move up actually to the heart, so opening the hands and bringing them, just connecting to the heart. Om Maha. That connects to emotion. And then just open the hands. As you breathe in, open them out, we come to connect to the throat. And that's Om Janha, Janah, which is the world of creativity and generation. And then release. Opening the hands out, and we come to touch the forehead. Om Tapa, center of intuition. Release. And then opening the hands and just connecting to the top of the head, Om Satyam. So it's the world of absolute truth in this series, connects us with the outside world. And then just release the hands once more to the heart. And sitting here now, have a thought for the day. It can be for yourself, or for someone close to you, or a number of people. And have that thought a couple of times to set the intention for the day. And then just bring your chin to your chest. Bow for yourself for the day ahead.